Hey everybody, it's Kelly with Inky Hands Warm Hearts. How are you guys? I am so excited to be with you today. I am really excited to bring you this fun card. I'm using the Flowering Tulips Bundle this week, and it includes this beautiful stamp set and these matching dies. And then today I've also paired this cool label die here. It is called Stitch So Sweetly dies. It is on the last chance product list, so I hope that it is still available when when this video goes live, but we'll see. As of right now, it's still current, so we'll see if it makes it, because like I said, last chance products are just that, last chance, so you got to get them while you can get them. Definitely check it out though, because this is a great set. Not only do you have nested scallop rectangles, you have these awesome, and these are the two right here that I have used for that. So let's get started. I'm going to show you how to stamp the tulips because there's quite a few stamps in the set, and they do layer on each other. I do have a chart on my website. If you go to inkyhandswarmhearts.com and you search for Flowering Tulips Introduction, you're going to find this picture, and you can use it as a reference. You can save it to your computer and use it as a reference, so definitely check that out. All right, let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to move the stamp set out of the way and the dies, and that way we can get to stamping. All right. So we're going to start with a piece of polished pink cardstock, and I like to score that at 4 1/4 inches. It's a piece of 8.5 by 5.5, so it's 8.5 long, 5.5 on the short side, and we're going to score it in the middle at 4 1/4 inches. All right, and so let's go ahead and burnish that score line. And this is the main core of our card. As you can see right here, the main core of our card is this beautiful polished pink cardstock. All right, so the next piece, this back layer, is a piece of 4 by 5 1/4 basic black cardstock, and that gets layered just like this. Then we have a piece of designer series paper with this black polka dots, and this is from our patterned party. It's a Hostess paper pack, and it is amazing. This is going to get attached right down here like so. Pretty awesome. For the top, we're going to stamp this piece of basic white cardstock, and this piece is 3 1/4 inches this way and 3 7/8 this way. I'm not sure if I gave you the dimensions of this one, but it's 2 inches tall and 3 7/8 across. And then I use some scraps of basic white and polished pink for the label, like that, and also some scraps of basic white for this raised tulip, because that's going to be an extra piece. And then on the inside, I chose to add some designer series paper again. So there it is, a stripe, and this is 1/2 inch by 5.5 inches. So let's go ahead and glue down some pieces that we can get started with. I'm going to move the polished pink to the side for right now because we won't attach that till almost the end. But what I can do is attach this 1/2 inch strip. And like I said, this is from our Hostess bundle of paper. And if you put an order of 150 or more, or you host a party, in other words, gather some orders with your friends and contact me, I can get you this pack of designer series paper. It is pretty awesome, and I highly recommend it. So check it out. It will be gone on May the 2nd is the last day to get it. So gather your orders and contact me. All right, so there is the stripe of the DSP on the inside. Let's get working on this piece here. So we're going to stamp on this piece, but let's go ahead and attach this piece of designer series paper to the bottom of our basic black. So I'm just going to use the sides as my guide and leave the same amount as is on the two sides as is on the bottom. So that's going to go there. I'm going to just put it to the side until we're done stamping. So I have a little scrap piece of paper here. We're going to go ahead and put our paper on top, and we're using mint macaron. So we are going to first start with our stem, and we're going to do one right here in the center. And then we're going to put one off to the side here, a little bit lower. And then we're going to have another one about right, maybe lower too, maybe there. So there's our 3 stems. I'm going to turn this with the ink side up so I don't get it on my mat. And then we're going to add our floral pieces. We'll do the leaves after we have the floral. So for the floral, I'm going to move this out of the way, and I'm going to open our polished pink. And I'm going to explain how it works. On this piece that you can find on my website, it has how to layer your flowers together to get that look. And I've used 2 different colors of ink, but I'm going to show you how to use the same color ink today and get that same look. The reason I used the 2 ink on my sample is because I wanted you guys to really see the contrast. So we're going to start with this flower right here. Okay. So this is our smallest flower, and for our smallest flower, we need this stamp here and then this overlay. So we're going to start full force, full color on color here, and I'm going to bring it down where I can see where I'm stamping, and I'm going to go ahead and stamp. There's my pink, and then I'm going to grab some of this, and I'm going to ink it up, and then I'm going to stamp off. And then that is going to give me a muted color of the same. So there is that tulip right there. Okay, let's put these over here to be cleaned. And we will start now on this tulip. Remember, this one's going to be lifted up off the top. So we're going to start with the medium. So here is the medium tulip. Again, we're going to go full strength with the larger of the 2. And we're going to ink that right there. And then we're also going to go full strength. And then what are we going to do? We're going to stamp off. And this heart-shaped piece at the top kind of falls on that heart-shaped piece there. So since this is a stamp that you can see through, it's very easy to line it up. So there it is right there. So those are those 2. Now I've already stamped this flower for us, so I'm just going to lay it right there in the middle, and it's going to be lifted up. So I want to go ahead and do my leaves. So let's go ahead and do our leaves, and we're going to start with this large leaf right here on the side. Let's bring our mint macaron ink pad back in. So I'm going to start, this is the larger leaf and the smaller leaf is up here. So I really love the grain of this leaf. I think it's super pretty. And I'm going to go ahead and stamp it right here and kind of up and off, just like that. And I'm going to use the same one. No, actually, I'm going to go ahead and use the smaller leaf. And I'm going to put it right here on this side. So there's that one. Now I'm going to start with the smaller leaf here, and I'm going to bring it a little bit lower, just like that. And then I'm going to go back to the large leaf, and I am going to stamp it on this side. And I just want to make sure that I don't stamp on my flower, and it could be up there. So there's that one. And now our final little flower here is going to get a small, we'll do it this direction, right there. Whoops. Let's see if I can, there we go. And now we'll do the larger one on this side. And we'll put that one kind of up and off, like so. All right, so now let's go ahead and set that to the side. I will clean my stamp, and then we can attach our large flower with a dimensional. one more. All right, all our stamps are clean. Let's go ahead and put a dimensional on the back right there. Maybe 2 of them, because it is kind of a big flower. And then we're going to grab our Take Your Pick tool here, pull the backs off. And then we will position this flower right here. That looks pretty good. Now we'll bring this back in, and then this is going to be attached at the top like so. Okay, so let's go ahead and bring our Stampin' Seal. And let's attach the top. Don't mind my Yorkie, who is in here hanging out with me, and she is having a fun sleep. She's 13, she's kind of older, and she snores. So I'm sure that you hear it, but it is so cute to me. Okay, so now let's stamp the inside, and we're going to use our Memento Tuxedo Black. So I'm going to put my stamp upside down, and I like to ink like this when I'm using clear stamps so that I really can make sure that my words have plenty of ink on them. And then I'm going to bring this down where I can see a little better, and I'm going to line it up and give it a good press. Let today be the start of something new. That looks awesome. And we're going to go ahead and attach that onto our polished pink. Grab my mat. I'm going to use some wet adhesive for this one. All right. And let's get that positioned nicely right there. Make sure it's centered. I like using the wet glue because it gives me that little bit of wiggle room. That looks pretty awesome. Now we need to punch 2 holes on these ends here so that our ribbon can get sorted through there. Okay. So I'm going to use the Detailed Trio punch. If you haven't seen it, it does corner round, but it also has this little hole punch here. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a pencil, mechanical pencil, and I'm going to mark where I want those circles to be with a pencil right there. I'm going to bring it up to the camera so you can see a little better. And then I will go ahead and turn the punch over, and there is the circle. So I'm going to slide it in, and I'm going to line it up with my pencil mark, and I'm going to give it a press. So there's that one. Let's do it one more time. Line it up with my pencil mark and give it a press. And those are my 2 marks right there. So definitely check this out. This is also on the last chance list. All right, so now we're going to take our beautiful black and white gingham ribbon. Isn't this just divine? And I want the ribbon to come up on this side here. Okay. And I want it to go up through here and out this side, and it's going to go around our card here. I'm going to hold it in place just like that. And the length of ribbon that I used is about 16 inches. And I just want to make sure I have enough here. They're about even, maybe a little bit, pull this just a slight bit down. There we go. So that when they stand up, they're almost even. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to actually tie a knot. You can see that this label is loose. It's not adhered at all. So we're going to go ahead and tie a knot right here at this end. The knot will help me to be able to then tie my bow. So I'm just going to go ahead and pull that taut. And I'm going to tie a little knot. Okay. Now that holds it in place. Now I'm going to turn this sideways, and I'm going to just go ahead and tie a bow. And I'm going to pull it through if I can grab it. There we go. And I just got to get the tails just right. And when I'm happy with it, I will pull it taut. That looks pretty awesome. And then I will slide this up, and then I'm going to put a piece of, not a piece, a mini glue dot right in that hole. So I'm going to grab one of those mini glue dots, and I'm going to put it right in that little hole that we punched on top of that ribbon. And then I'm going to attach the knot of that ribbon right onto that mini glue dot, which will keep it in place, and it'll keep it nice and pretty. Doesn't that look awesome? So let's grab our ribbon paper snips. I have a pair that I designate just for ribbon. And I'm going to trim the ends and just get it nice and pretty. All right, now we're going to put some Stampin' Dimensionals on the back. So I'll do in the corners. And I definitely want to do down in the middle here of these long ends. And then I'm going to also put 2 here for a little bit more stability. We'll use our take your pick tool to pull the backs off. One more, come on. All right, get those into the trash. And then we will turn this over. Let's bring our card back in. And then we will find the center here. And don't push too hard yet until we're happy with our placement. And then you can go ahead and push that down. And then the final step is going to be these matte black dots. Aren't they so cool? They come in 2 sizes. We're going to do one large one. I'm going to use the putty end here of my take your pick tool. Get the putty ready. We'll grab that one. We'll put it right here. Let's grab 2 small ones. We'll put one near it. And then I'm going to put one right here because I think it'll look cute to add it onto the label, just like that. Now, if it bothers you that this label is loose, you can just lift it up and put a little bit of wet adhesive back there or some tape runner prior to it. But I kind of like that it's loose. I think it's pretty and it flows nice on the card. So there's our card for today. I hope that you enjoyed watching me put it together. I certainly enjoyed working on it with you. Don't forget about the beautiful Flowering Tulips Bundle. It is in my online store and it's linked in the description below so that you can check that out. We used the polished pink and the mint macaron today with the basic black cardstocks, the gingham ribbon. And I hope that you enjoyed watching me put this together. I certainly enjoyed it. I had a great time and I appreciate you watching. Please share my video, give me a thumbs up, comment if you have any questions, or if you just would like to give me some feedback. I would greatly appreciate it. I appreciate everybody who does spend the time with me. Thank you for staying till the end. And thank you for watching. This is Kelly with Inky Hands Warm Hearts. Happy stamping.